Don D Marley, it's a honor to have you on. A man who's been in the industry for many, many years, and I finally get to sit down and talk to you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much, and pleasure to talk to you as well, Sats.
Yeah. I mean, I've known your name for, years and years. I don't want to make you feel old, but you have been around for many, many years, right? And here you are. You're still at it. You're still making music. And just before you came on the show, I was checking out your Instagram, as people do, right? And this man's just training. He's doing some leg presses, military presses, and I'm a gym guy, right? And I was thinking, yes, I'm gonna have a connection with him.
I love it, honestly. At the moment, the gym's closed, but I've got like a personal gym downstairs, which has got enough weight for me. But at the moment, I'm having it rebuilt, so I'm waiting for it to all be finished. So with the lockdown, training is just chin-ups at the moment. Nothing really much. Just do chin-ups every day.
Yeah.
I can, and at the moment, but I love the gym. I think it's a beautiful place to go and think about stuff and get release a different energy. You get a different vibe, a different energy from people. So if I was to go back to the studio and do some work, I feel refreshed and ready to go. So yeah, it's a great place to be, the gym.
Yeah, you love it because your timeline is full of you in the gym, right? And it's a bit like mine, actually. And on the side, I do a podcast, right? But it's all about the gym. And it's interesting you said that, you use the gym as your time. It's a bit of stress relief, and you kind of enjoy the vibe out of it. And I saw a picture of you, right, when you was kind of a slightly larger Don D Marley.
That was 2000 release of Television and Jeena. That was just me, like after Too Cool, just like we were quite busy with work and touring and everywhere. And then continued with Juggy with the tour there, so continued to eat out and just eat bad and just as you do, mate, when you're on tour, you just no timing of anything really, so you just out there to go there. And obviously, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Biggie Smalls was huge, but people loved him, so we really didn't care about our imagery then. It was like, our music sold it. But as time's gone on and there's youngsters coming up, 6 packs and dropping this and dropping that, I'm like, you know what, I need to be dropping this stuff as well. So I wanted to lose a bit of weight. My wife wasn't too pleased with my fatness, and she was like, you're fat and do something about it. So I did.
Yeah, you really did. I mean, that's super impressive, man, and it's really motivating for people, right? I'm super impressed with it because I am a gym guy, right, man, and that's my thing, right? And that's a massive weight loss that you did, and it's not just weight loss. You're full into training. You're into building some guns, abs, and so your diet is on lock as well. But we'll talk about that. But and you mentioned, that song that a lot of people have heard you on, right? That kind of put you into the limelight, didn't it? Along with Juggy D as well.
What we've done, me and Rishi, we were in kind of the limelight anyway with Too Cool and stuff like that. And then when we announced this album with Bali to do this kind of all kind of various artists on this album, Rishi's album that he brought out with Bali, which was a great thing that he released with Terejia Hodisada, with obviously Terejia and Jeena. He had M2K on there, and he just went with a various different artists on it, and it really was a pleasure to work on the album. But obviously then, regardless of the last track in the album, which was a remix of Terejia and Jeena, which I featured on, all of a sudden he sent it to Bali, and Bali just went, oh my God, this is absolutely a banger. And we didn't think much of it, and then 5 weeks later, we're shooting a video, and then 6 weeks later, it's like the biggest evergreen track, and every radio station is blasting it. Kids are blasting it. Everyone's blasting it. And then, it's just like from doing music, we're risen, but then we just get re-risen again to another level, Yeah. And that's what happened with 2 years, I think, we toured that consistently. It was absolutely nuts. It was.
Yeah, crazy experience for you. But I mean, where did it all start for you? With your love for obviously reggae, black music, where did it begin for you? Buju Banton was one of your heroes, I know, and so you tell me, where did it begin?
So basically, we when my father decided to move here to the UK, the first place that we moved around was predominantly around the Halston, the Wilson, the Dollis Hill, and the Wilson Green area, and then predominantly actually bought a house there. My dad did, and we actually lived there on Villiers Road. School was literally across the road, so home dinners was just literally walk back across the school and back, and that was great. And noticed predominantly as we were growing up there that there was, predominantly a lot of black community there, and it being dominant Jamaica, complete with. We obviously knew that there was other races in there, like we had a lot of other white cast in there, but we were like, well, hold on, these guys are speaking a bit different. They're not British. And we learned later on that these guys were like Irish, and so the Irish, the Indians, and the Jamaicans, they lived in this one little area.
Yeah, what a combo.
All of us, you know. And as long as you were from the ends, you were cool. You know,
yeah.
Not from the ends, you know, is kicking off a bit. But and then my mates were all into, like, you know, their dads were like were Jamaicans, and they brought their roots and culture over here. And every time I used to go to their house, like you would when you go to my mum, going to my mate's house, you know. So I'd go to my mate's house, and I'd predominantly go to pretty much a Jamaican house, and I'd go in there and it'd be like, you know, Jamaican music blaring out, and it'd be like, what is that bass line? Is unreal. And he goes, what do you know about bass line? So I don't know. I just know that sound is bass line. And I went, that is heavy duty, mate. And so they were like, yeah, listen to this stuff. And they started playing me, like, you know, Taxman and, you know, Top Cat. And I was like, what is all this stuff? This is crazy. And they started playing all these funny kind of music from Yellow Man. I was like, wow, this is dead music, you know. They goes, you love it, Don? I said, this is brilliant. And as time went on, they used to always, like, you know, DJ, and they had decks, the dads had decks, and they used to have a sound system, and they jump on the mic, my mates, and they start doing all this spitting. I'm like, wow, you guys are bad, you know, how'd you do that? And I'm like, don't worry, man, Donny, you'll get there soon, bruv. You just carry on just watching us. And I was like, watching them, and just like literally just inspiration, watching, like, you know, my mates just doing this kind of stuff. And then one day, I don't know what happened, like, we just sit, they just go, you know, don't just say something. It doesn't matter if it don't make no sense. If you might just, you know, you might just be like better than all of us, just sitting there silent, man. You, like, you know, for years you just sit there, don't say nothing. You just listen to us and go, yeah, that's brilliant, that's brilliant. I spit something on the mic, and I did, and they looked at me and went, and the dad came upstairs and said, which one are you, that? And he goes, that was the Indian man them. And they went, what? Do it again. So I remember that again. And they go, do it again. They go, oh my God, you're bad, you know. He goes, right, that's it. We got to go down and meet Jetstar Records. We got to meet Mr. X and Mr. This and Mr. That. We got to go and see Man and things like that. I said, nah, bro, listen. I went back to my dad. No way. Yes. No way, blood. Because what do you mean, Jamaican music? Oh, he goes, listening to it. He goes, what do you mean you sing it? No. He goes, relax. And then I relaxed it. I didn't bother doing anything. I just went to school like an Indian kid, bro. And that was it. And then after that, I met Rishi, and literally we started making Too Cool and Bollywood mixes, and it went absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't realise it would go that crazy, really, to be fair.
Yeah, and I mean, for your story, you know, your friends obviously were into that music, and you just kind of absorbed it, didn't you? And was you kind of practicing
secretly?
Yeah. Even from your family, you know, like
away from my family to do it. I used to go there when I was on the bus. If I'm walking to school, I'm walking down to the leisure centre, Wilson Sports Centre is where I used to go swimming. Or if I'm walking to the library, Wilson Library, then I'll be walking up to there. Or if I'm meeting my boys in the ends, then I'm walking up there. But when I get there, then I'll just like become like a normal Indian kid, straight out. Nothing I know. I do when I speak to them, I naturally speak in their tone of Jamaican, and that just happens naturally when I meet them now, even now. And I'm naturally, I don't know why I'm like that, but when I speak to people with different caste or colours, I will speak to them in a different tone. Like my Romanian friends at work, when I speak to them, they go, why do you put an accent when you speak to me, like a European accent? I go, I believe you understand me better if I was to then just speak real English at you. And he goes, really? And I said, yeah, let's put it to the test. I speak to them properly English, they don't get it. I do it with the accent, they get it. But with my boys anyway, with Jamaican boys, if I'm linking them up, it's like I see them and it'll be like, yes, it's like back, it just brings back my memories, and they'll be like, you know, Dan, if you're not change and I still speak real good patois brethren, you know, I lick it up and just absorb up everything that man I do, blood like your brethren, you know, right? And then, you know, so I'll pick it up with them straight like that, and I don't mind. And I'll talk to them because it's just because it's easier to talk to them that way.
Yeah.
I don't mean racist or anything, but I just believe that, you know, it's not racist to do that. I mean, I wish a lot of my friends could speak Gujarati or Hindi or Punjabi. I'd love it. I teach them as much as I can. But, you know, as they say, you get older, you don't learn much languages.
No. I mean, how did your friends, your Jamaican friends, accept you? They didn't mind? They didn't think are you taking a piss out of us, or they were all right about it?
No, they were just like, you know, we just thought that only our people from our island could do this kind of stuff. I said, nah, man, this is an art form. Maybe I'm a gifted artist and I don't realize. And as time went on, they always contacted me and said, yeah, we're hearing your music out there. Man's a kinging off the Indian industry. They're big things, blood. So, you know, they give me props and they give me happiness. I mean, they don't do music anyway. They're doing all different kind of things anyway. But, you know, they goes, wow, you actually did this and you're actually doing music. and we can't believe it that from our clique that you are the actual music guy. You should be one of us, but really it's you. And they're really happy for me. They're like, yeah, safe.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. It seems like, Don, you kind of absorb people's sort of accents almost. You're talking about, is it the Romanian guys and you speak to, you kind of I don't know if you can absorb my accent. It's kind of a London's accent anyway. So
what are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean, mate? We're going down there and I trust, because I've got so many people like me in my life. And it's like brilliant. And when you talk to them in the same kind of like, I don't know what to call it, it's like genre of music. I mean, there should be a genre of language, really, that you should people should pick up genres. What genre of language do you speak? Well, I speak South London Cockney, mate. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? What do you speak? Well, I speak about Pat or Jamaican. Oh, yeah, do you mind if I try that a bit? Yeah, go ahead, man. Let me see what you can do.
Yeah.
It'd be good fun. It's just that I just think people, as you're saying, we're politically correct in this country, that everything that we can't say this, we can't say that. And I just think that, life used to be so much better in the 80s and 90s, where we could just do what the hell we wanted to do and not worry about things.
Do you think in today's climate and wokeness, there could be someone even like a Tim Westwood, or I don't think he'll survive. When you're on radio, everyone would just brush him away. I think you're right. It's a very different world we live in these days.
Yeah, totally, mate. Now for someone like Tim Westwood, a Tim Westwood person to know to come up with that, it'd be difficult for somebody to take that kind of like thing. Just same thing as like Rodigan. I mean, who's going to replace Rodigan ever? I mean, his son does a lot of stuff, and his gigs are amazing, and I try to follow a lot of their stuff that they do. But I mean, once these legends are moving on times, it's going to be difficult to replace those kind of times and eras, because that time, that, like even Rodigan says, that time, when jump upon bus and going down to get them records early morning on Sunday to make sure I get the best thing, it's effort. And for people to just hear it on the radio, it's just like, yeah, you turn the radio and turn it on and it's on. But what man used to do to go there to get track on radio is only one man that knows who did that, and that's the DJ that deal with it. So I have utmost respect for all of the old cultural artists, and I just think that we worked a lot harder without digital, I believe.
Yeah, and without social media to get these fake views.
Media was magazines and bill postering.
Yeah,
good days of bill postering, going out there and lashing up posters of your stuff.
Yeah. None of this sharing and then buying likes and views. And I mean, it's a different.
Spend this money on this advertising and spend that money on this advertising, and you give me £10,000, I'll give you 10 million viewers, and X, Y, and Z. And so when I look at some of the stuff that comes out now, with even some of the kids that I know that are doing stuff, and they come up with 100 million views and this, that, the other, and I'll be like, you know what, I really can't. It's just great, brilliant. I think they're hitting the billions now. I think the money's into the billions of views now. I think a million view is like having 100 views now.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's not.
Is it? I think you need to be up in the tens of millions of views in that. And I think when I was releasing this track, I think that's what it was all said to me. Like, this is what you have to do to X, Y, and Z to X, Y, and Z. And I said, listen, if this net is so big as the people say it is, then let people go up on there and search Bhangra rhythm and deal with it. Simple, that's what it's like. I'm old school, and I know that to follow it. But it's it used to cost money then when we had to go and print stuff and make booklets and do this and do that, and that we used to find that expensive. Now when I look at this digital marketing stuff, man, I look at my budget, we look at our cash flow and thinking, well, we're not really doing much in my music anymore. There's not really much monetization coming from anywhere. Everything's on free. Everyone subscribes to a bloody music channel or music Spotify, and it's free. So, before COVID and all the artists were complaining that we're dead, we died the day digital music took over. And now we're doing digital performances. Now we're gonna wear VRs, and then we're gonna feel like we're in the same room. We're gonna link you into VR now. That's the new stage. So with COVID coming in, it's obviously changed everything and everyone's perspective on music, I think. And it's difficult. You get all these online things, and who's gonna pay for an online concert? I mean, would you pay for an online concert?
Nah.
I will never pay. Nah. As much as I love Damian Marley, if he came on there, even if he said, I'm going to charge you 5p to come onto my show, no, I'm not paying you 5p, bro. I want to see you live. I don't, I want to see that. I want to feel the energy off you, because that's where I go. That's why I go to these reggae concerts, and that was a big part of my life that's now gone. That everyone that ever came to London, from Coffee to Barrington Levy to Sizzla, you name it. Anybody ever came to London, you know, yeah, you try as an artist to say, look, yeah, so I'm Don D, please, you know, can we get some VIPs or try it? It never works, but it's okay. I'll find. I used to pay my way through it, and I used to go there as a normal person, stand in the crowd, and watch those legends on the stage sing. Absolutely electrifying. Because then when I go to perform, I use a lot of that energy and a lot of that stuff that's in my head with all the different performances, and that's how we do it now. Artists is, how do you get that down?
Yeah.
Watch a YouTube video. All right.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. That's a really, really good point, because it's nothing like that experience of being at a live concert. You know, just the actual the vibe of it, the sound, the smell, the noise. You know, you're rubbing against people.
And you know the smell is going to be, you know, the smell in a dance every time, no matter what kind of venue they deal with. Wembley Arena, them deal with Brixton Academy. You know, when it's a Jamaican concert, you know the sweet sense of media smell up in the air is there. And no one's stopping it, because they understand it's part of culture of music that they deal with. So, you know, I've got to give utmost respect to all the venues that never stop half the rastas that are there running in there. I know it's not, we shouldn't be smoking on the windows, but do you know what I mean? It's, as I say in Gujarati, they would say, for them, it's prashad. So, you've got to let them take prashad. And it's like saying, me, I can't go to a temple and take prashad. Well, their temple is the reggae concert. Yeah. Wow, what a way to go. What a way to celebrate a religion. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real shame. I think there's some light at the end of the tunnel for COVID.
Yeah, of course there is.
We'll get out of it. You know, I mean, for yourself, you know, when was the last time you performed at a gig? It must have been months ago now.
The last gig I performed was, I think it was the last international gig I did. Yeah, it was international. It was Malaysia, and it was absolutely electrifying. Me and Stereo Nation absolutely tore the stage to pieces. We had a lovely time up there. And a lovely break as well at the same time. We try to, and that's a great thing about music. So, you know, people says, you know, do you do any holidays? Well, every time I go on tour, I'm on holiday, because I only play for the stage for the night. And then the 2 days or 3 days I'm there before, or the 3 days I'm after, that's me checking out everything that's possible there. And, you know, when I go on radio stations over there, I tell fans and everyone, like, look, I'm going to be around your city centres, shopping malls, this, that, and the other. You see me, come and say hello, take a snap, say hello. You know, I'm just a human being. I'd love to see fans out and about. And that's what we love doing. It's a great thing. Can't even do that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, what a last gig to have, though. It's a pretty good one, mate. To an international one. I thought you was going to say down the road. You know, a small club
down the road in the church. Yeah. You said so. Weekly disco.
Yeah. I mean, I've spoken to a lot of artists on the show, you know, and some of them are almost at their wits' end, because what they were saying to me, that the music for them is more than just releasing songs and that fame kind of thing. That's not really what they're in it for. It's that it's being on stage, and it's that drug, that hit, that go. That's what we want. It's not about being online social media stars. I'm talking about like proper singers, right? You know, the real artists. It's because they want to be on stage with the fans and bounce off the fans and make that energy. And that was a really good point you made. I've not really thought of it that way, that, you know, you go to venues to watch shows and you kind of absorb that atmosphere for you, even your own performances. That so when you're on stage, you're kind of, you know.
Well, that's what, if you look at a lot of the performances, I mean, I've always believed that, you know, whatever I've done and learned from absorbing this stuff from my friends back in the days, I've always learned, and as my friends always rightly say, that it's entertainment for me is my key for everything. Hence why I'm not a DJ, because I will just like literally play what I think is what I would like to dance to, making it happy. So I live for happy music. Reggae music is happy music. There's nothing dark about it, but you can go down to the political side of reggae music, which is fine. Everyone has a political side. Hip hop has it. R&B has a love and hurt side of it. So we all have every side of that music. But I just believe in that if the music is correct, and you as an artist, you have to you got to remember that special key word is that is your God, artist. You are an artist. So telling it, artist is international, worldwide. The artists that are A-listed, from Jazzy B to all the superstars out there. Yeah, I know you guys are probably struggling with everything and that, but listen, I'm telling you, focus your energy on getting your vocals and recording some real serious good music, and trust me, you'll be unstoppable. And you're all there anyway. You're all up in the limelight anyway. Jazzy, you're up in the limelight. Jay Sean, you're up in the limelight. Yeah, So look at Jay Sean, what he releases Nakhdeh right now. Yeah, absolutely banging tune. Yeah, yeah, deserves every view, which should be legit because it's a banging tune. He's what he's done. He's done it. Jay's focused his energy onto the music and created something absolutely stunning and done something good. I just tell all the artists that bring your energy into your studios. My studio is not very big. I don't have all those big desks or nothing like that. You know, I'm literally just everything's on my Mac. I just a vocalist recorder, so I just need to send vocals to my producer, and that's Rishi. So I do my stuff. It goes to Rishi. Once it comes back to me, I'm like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the energy to all the artists and the messages that, you know, get your energy into maybe writing something outstanding, something that will blow the market to pieces, and everyone should be in the same boat. Just try to be out there and be different, I think, and just focus your energy because your performances will come, but, you know, the art doesn't die. As it gets older, it gets better. So what's going to happen, man? All your songs and all the tracks that you're going to make, release, not release, or released in the past and the future, I'm telling you, once the doors open to the concert venues and the nightclubs, yeah, right, for everything you've ever lost, look up to God and said, wow, I'm so glad I put my energy into my music while I was there, because this is your time to now reflect. Because once we go back on tour, you know, you ask artists these questions all day long as media. So when are you going to release the next thing? And we all just say, yeah, well, you know, we're doing this, that. We're not doing nothing. We're too busy touring. Yeah? If anyone tells you that we're doing this, that, they ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, you know, they ain't doing nothing. Yeah, they're just touring because they're too busy. Their diaries are full. They look at their diary, they wake up in the morning and goes, all right, I've got to fly here, I've got to fly there, I've got to fly there, I've got to do that, I've got to do that. Then I've got my hair cut, then I've got to do that. Oh, I've got to post this up, I've got to post that thing up. Oh, I've got to do this for them. So yeah, it's busy for an artist. So it's not for an artist to jump on the stage and go, yeah, I'm going to sing a one-two tune. It's difficult for what they build up to it. And that will all come back. And then you'll have no time to write new music. So we'll only accept our old music for a little bit, Joe Public. But after that, they're going to want some new material. You're going to be too busy though to record new material. And then you rush material. And then stuff comes out bad, and then critics pick up on it, and that's what critics want to do. And you know, when people get bad reviews on their albums or their singles, they should take it as constructive criticism. I know a lot of people get disheartened because it's their art and their heart. It doesn't matter if it don't sound right. Yeah, now I can deal with it. You may have released it, but don't worry about it. Yeah, move on, close up the chapter, open up a new one. And you know, that's how I get through as an artist. You know, that's how I stay grounded and this, that, the other. And the fact is that, you know, through my entire artistry, through being right up there with the stars and the limelights and they're having everything, I've always kept my feet grounded. I've always gone to work in the daytime when I'm not doing nothing, unless I had to go to a daytime gig.
Yeah, shout out to the daytime gigs.
But the daytime gigs used to be the ones, man. Well, I just used to go to them just to see what I won. You know, and when I told my yardie friends, listen, yeah, Rastas, come. He goes, are you going just like that? I go, well, I come daytime party. He go, what? What do you mean? He goes, yeah, what do you mean? I go, daytime party, we start at 2 o'clock, when I finish at 6 o'clock. Why? Because Gal you got me yard. They were like, what? They were shook. He goes, man, our party started at 12 o'clock at night and finish at 8 in the morning. I went, I know. So, yeah, honestly.
Yeah, this one starts at 2 in the afternoon.
This one starts at 2 in the afternoon, goes at 6 o'clock. So 5 o'clock they leave, so they can be home on time. So the mum and dad don't suspect that, hey, went to college.
Getting home time for neighbours. That's what I used to get home time for neighbours.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, that's a fantastic thing you said. So really, what you're saying, you know, to people sitting at home, artists at least, use this time constructively because you've actually got a window, haven't you, of no distractions in a sense.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You know, don't worry about promoting it on Instagram and taking a selfie and say, yeah, I'm doing this, you know, I'm doing that. No, I do selfies and I do this stuff. I'm doing stuff in the gym. I'm trying to make people's mental awareness because I believe the gym has that kind of, it gets you,
yeah, definitely,
and it gets you focused because it gives you a focus to get somewhere and gives you a goal to focus onto. So unless you're, you know, selfie and Instagram and stuff like that, that's fine. But you know, but honest to God, yeah, it's the way forward, man, guys. Your energy is good. You are artists. We have to adapt our arts in this time that we are in. And trust me, every artist, if you do what I say right now, when it kicks off and, you know, whatever time the floodgates of COVID decides to disappear or ease up or we find a vaccination, and the next minute I see my timeline just full of you know, Juggy, J, H, X, Y, Z, Mumsy, this, Rubble, Boom, Bat, Jazzy, Hero, that, Jugger, that. You name every artist for the world, they DCS, you name it, all of them. Yeah, I'm going to see timelines on my thing going, bling, 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 I'm here. Bling, 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 I'm here. Bling, bling, bling. And I'm only going to send them one message. Sick. You lot smashed it. You heard my interview with Satman. Big up.
Yes. Yeah. But you're right though, because when we do get back to normal, and when artists need to go back on stage, you're right. The public going to be crying for material, and what you're saying is, like for yourself, I'm writing stuff, I'm making stuff, I'm going to be ready.
Yeah, I'm going to be just keep on releasing music every month, every month and a half, 2 months. I'm just going to bang out tracks, reggae tracks. This time I'm going to try and get as many features as I can for the industry. From you know, I've always wanted to feature with Apache Indian, so I'm desperate to get one of those coming through. To do one of those tracks with him. I'd love to do a track with Hunters, and there's loads of people I like to track with before I give my art a rest and that. I'd like to get some people out there, and not because of they're famous or nothing like that. I mean, even if they were just normal artists or just somebody down the ghetto from the streets, I would definitely be up looking out for it and, you know, work with people.
Yeah, it's people you want to work with, isn't it? Yeah. And you know, we was talking about social media and this Instagram famous life and views, but one of the cool things though is, like you said, you know, you can record your vocals and you can shoot them off to Rishi, you know. That's the
first thing I had, because I went to India to actually record all the music with him, so I sat down with him for a week and a bit. I sat down with Kieran to roughly get some melody ideas and stuff like that, and it was really good fun actually doing that. And you know, I was quite impressed with the album content that I've got right now. The Go tune that I recently done was just obviously an add-on to my track that came through. Basically, that was, she just said, look, I'm going to send you some stuff in your Google Drive. I've got your tracks and everything that you want to do with your reggae stuff. And predominantly my stuff is very reggae orientated with reggae beats. I might put a bit of Gujarati lyrics here and there in it, deciding now, because obviously it's working very well. So yeah, so you know, I done all that kind of stuff. And so when he sent me this rhythm, and Navati was approaching, I've always wanted to do something to Navati because I'm very close to it, in the sense that we've always attended, as my mum was always taking us as kids, and that we used to love going there. You know, real reason we used to go there is just to check gal, for real.
Yeah. Let's be real. Yeah.
You know, but man tell me straight that they go there to do Navratri and do Aarti and this and the other, but it's true that, you know, for real man, them just go there check gal. See what's wrong with gal. Because, you know, them dress up in it. Them dress up nice and them sari, them chuniya, the ting, the bindi, the ding, the ta, you know, lipty lally, then ting ting. You know, man, get excited look with it. You get me?
So you decided to pay homage and do a track for that, you know, for anyone going out and
homage to J-Ma, you know what I mean? Big up to that.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like a very spiritual guy as well, you know. I mean, I saw some of your posts. It's always a positive attitude towards you. There's always a positive message, you know. Even when you're in the gym, you're like, you know, you get in there, do your bit, and I think you're doing some chest flies. You put your phone down, you did your chest flies up, then you're talking, you go on your tracks out, and and I loved it. I thought, this man, yeah,
it's a different energy when you're in the gym, and I go to like a real humble gym. It's like, you know, there's some real superstars that go to that gym, as in like competition superstars. But you know, Mr. Norton, you know, I wear all his garms every day. That's all I ever do. My whole wear is just gym wear. I mean, you know, people tell me that, is that how you dress? And I said, I just feel real comfortable wearing gym clothes, like wearing tracksuit bottom, a hoodie, and a t-shirt or a vest underneath. Do you know, I just love that. I think that's a great attire. I think I'd rock that out here in a concert as well, I reckon. Yeah. I really would.
yeah. I think it is comfortable, man. And yeah, so that's kind of the focus of your life at the moment. And you got the new single, and it seems to be a lot. And your aim, like you said, to release a single every month. That's kind of you know. Do you think it's very different from before? You know, when you first started out with Too Cool, where you could release an album and it could last you, you know, if it's good, like it was, for a year, 2 years. You said, you know, you toured. Do you think musically the world's changed, right? Unless you got a mega monster 2 billion view album, right? I think you need to you need to release on a regular basis, right? Don't you?
Yeah, I think what it is, I think you just need to have a lot of content. Because obviously, when Too Cool was actually out and about, the gig industry was non-existent. There was no one really doing any kind of shows or this, that, and the other. It had Too Cool, myself, Rishi, and our co-finders, and basically our record company had put this concert together. And we had this kind of aura of, we don't want to spend money on a concert show. No way. If no Bollywood superstar coming, I'm no pay.
Yes.
Yeah. So if there's no Amitabh Bachchan or Govinda or Shakti or even Amrish Puri or anybody that's famous that's in the circuit, if them mans are not on the stage, yeah, don't care what song you're singing.
Yeah.
It only took them like 15 years for to accept someone like Kumar Sanu to come and do a concert.
Yeah.
But that guy to put tickets in Wembley Arena to them to go, wow, this is very good, and then Pankaj Das, and that's where I believe that the Bollywood guys decided to say that. But hold on, these singing concerts are selling out more than somebody like Govinda come in and do like 4 dances. Man's get charged £25. I never went to any of them, to be fair. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to fund Bollywood actors. They've got bare money as it is, and what, I've got to go and see him dance. I'm not seeing him on TV. I want to see him on live now. Then when Sanu and Uday, these guys came down, I was like, wow, got to see these guys. I was like, yes, mate, powerhouses, amazing voices.
Yeah.
When they sang.
Was you never up for seeing Amitabh Bachchan on a horse, coming in on a horse?
Nah, man.
Do you remember that?
On a £50 ticket.
No.
Yeah. I said I'm going to Sound Clash down in Notting Hill with a wicked sound system there. I think Josh Akasan and someone was playing there. I said, yes, my ticket was £5. I was there, man. Yeah, what, £50 and I go, you're paying for the horse?
Yeah. I've seen a man on a horse. £50 a man on a horse.
I go to come to Nottingham Carnival. You see bear man on a horse, police officer, bear officer. It's free.
And he's there all night.
Yeah. And guess what? They will do a shift from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 2 o'clock in the morning. 12 hours. This man, you're telling me this man's going to come in there and then go on stage and do 1-2 dance, and but Basa the Goon, and that's it. What? Man's like, and game over. What? No, man. Allow that £50 in those days as well. £50 a lot of money.
In those days, I remember. Yeah. I've never been to one of them concerts, man. But so that's interesting. So you're saying that it kind of changed when they got Kumar Sanu, and they realised that audiences wanted singers to sit down and watch.
It was a new thing that was in, and actually people were actually paying good money, to see this. I think they're selling VIP tickets for like 55, 60 quid, and then £30 tickets and £10 tickets, and it's not like a Jamaican dance. You get one seat, there's this much ticket, and you get stalled, and that is it. And it's literally seated is £10 expensive, and stalled standing is just whatever. Just that's where the ghetto people go. Where the people that are medium class, them sit on chair, So it really gave us things. So obviously we never got a chance to really do much of Too Cool stuff, and shine and do my stuff on stage and that. So we weren't really doing much shows. And obviously then Bhangra was a prominent music anyway. And when they started kicking off with Daytimers and this stuff, and then obviously Kushti with his big promotion company, I think if anybody needs to thank anyone in the industry, I think it's that guy for putting on absolute nutter shows, mate. Yeah, Kushti's shows were absolutely havoc. They were lineups beyond belief, and he put them off very well. So a lot of people like Jazzy B, and I remember every single Hera, DCS, every single one that you tell me of a Punjabi Bhangra group, they build on Kushti's thing, mate. Because I know I build it with Jeena quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we've got to give him a lot of thanks that he actually put a lot of Bhangra artists on the market, mate, to give them that forte and get their music out there, to give them the chance to perform, because there was not many people putting out Bollywood shows then, unless you were Sanu Udit Narayan and them cats, nobody wanted to know.
I mean, the world was very different then as well. I mean, even quite recently, like pre-COVID, live performances, especially for like Punjabi artists like DCS, it's still almost dead, weren't it? Anyway, I mean, I think COVID's just it's a nail in the coffin, isn't it? Last nail in the coffin, I believe. Almost.
It's the last nail in the coffin. It's basically I don't know how to put it. There's so many conspiracy theories. Is it a message from God that we all need to sit back and think about what we do? take a little bit of a break from what we've been doing for the last 500 million years, or whatever we've been living for, human life. Maybe it's just something that God's put up in the air and just said, you know what, I just need to take care of my people a bit and just time to relax a bit. I think everyone's just going off like a rat race, and everyone's chasing the dream, and everyone's chasing this, and now it's the same thing. No one's driving much no more. So, it's God trying to put a message to us. What's your Lambo worth now? What's your Bentley worth now? You're not driving very far, mate. You're sitting at home because you're locked up.
Yeah.
So I say, look at yourself. Your life is more important than what you have. So I reckon it's just a simple message, man, from God. And I think it's just everything while going crazy in pandemic, some people dying. Well, they have to, innit? I mean, God's got to do the worst, innit? We're the ozone layer that we complain that we kill the ozone layer because we do X, Y, and Z, but every time we breathe, we kill it.
Yeah.
So we forget. We don't look at the king of the hierarchy chain, which is the human being. Why would we look anywhere else? We just look straight. We're looking down and see what's happening. So maybe God's saying, take a look down once in a while.
Yeah.
To get up there where you got, it took a long time to get down. It can be very easy.
Yeah, he's having a cleanse, isn't he? God, he's having a cleanse.
So, yeah. I believe so, mate. I think it's cleansing the whole thing and having a good culling, so we can put another 500,000-600,000 years on the earth, I reckon. Yeah. If we carried on going like we were going for the next 15, 20 years, mate, I reckon something catastrophic would have happened. I reckon.
Yeah, I always think humans have got to realise that we don't own the earth. Yeah,
it's just try and change that mentality of the whole world. Is because that we believe, and that's what we keep fighting for. We keep fighting for something that doesn't belong to us.
Yes, and these invisible borders. That's. Can you
look, listen to the guy who put the borders in. I could tell in your grave, mate. I wish you never put any borders in. I think you just left it free reign for every human to travel as they wish, mate. This border thing is completely the whole world up, mate. It's if people have come attached to their properties and their land and thinking that this is me. You're going to go, man. Your soul is the same size as me, and we're all going to go to the same place, rise to the top and go on. So it depends in people's mentality, but a lot of people's mentality is a bit different to how people perceive, and that's why I reckon. So when we hear the stories of people that are suffering in COVID and they can't cope, these are the people that are in the, as we say in Hinduism, is in the Kali Yuga. They're living in the Yuga, and they can't see anything beyond it. A bit like the Matrix, they're just living in that. Oh, this is it. My car, my big house, my this, my that. I got that. I got this Coca tap. I got this. I got this toaster that walks up to me, slaps me on the face, and wakes me up and puts toast in peanut butter toast in my mouth. Wow, how much did that cost you? $2 million, but I want it. Okay, wicked.
Yeah.
Whatever suits everybody, makes everybody happy. Everybody makes everybody tick. But I've seen that this money generation makes the world tick a lot quicker, I believe, and people's perceiving of all this kind of stuff. So I just believe in that. I
think the media. We're always fed that you need to have this thing or a new phone, new car, and if you have that, you'll be happy. Yeah. But then when you've got it, you got it. It's a fucking another one that comes along. Number 12, and you think, what? I now need that, and it's a continuous thing, right? And but ultimately, are we any happier? No, you
do. What you do is you perceive to show the happiness. But really inside, are you really happy? So that's why I tell everybody, right? Look at your inside of yourself. And one has to love themselves to love everybody, not to love anybody in the world. If you can't love yourself, you can't love another human being. It's impossible. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. I don't care if people say to me, no, that's rubbish. No, it's true, mate. Because a lot of people in this world have lost their ways in the Kali, thinking of this as materialistic. Why does some people have more than the other? Why does this happen? Why does it happen? You don't need to worry about it. Just be happy you're living.
Yeah.
Just be happy you live, man.
I'm with you 100%. I'm on your team in this, right? But I think that things like social media have escalated this, right? So now, before, if we were neighbours, me and you, and you brought a new car, well, how's Don got that car? He must be doing something dodgy, man. Well, see, how's he got a car? You're jealous, right? And but now it's escalated. It's on steroids because you look on social media. Everyone's on holiday when they were, they look good. They've all, filtered their pictures.
Eating well.
Yeah, and and you start comparing yourself to some fake app.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even real.
I know. So the thing is, it's just that we live and we watch these things and we get these messages, but they're read incorrectly, like Terminator. Now people are sitting there and goes, oh my God, machines took over the world. Well, look around you, man. It's going to happen very soon. This technology, in this AI business that's going on, bruv. Yeah, this AI will attack us one day. It will find intelligence itself somehow, and then we'll sit there and they made movies about this. And that's why our generations, we were hopefully, we're not here to see them blood clot things, yeah, straight up. I mean, I want to see them things. Yeah. I'd rather be, sitting along up there, wherever, down, up, down, wherever you want to go. I'd rather be there than here, but I don't want to be here for them things. But whatever happens in life, it's going to be different as future goes on with technology, because we're moving at the rate of pace of unreal. It's unreal, the pace of technology. It's too fast.
And I think with humans, I think I listened to a podcast once when someone said, as humans, we never say, you know what, I think we've done enough now. We've got enough technology. We're good. We've got good phones now. We've got internet's all right. It's fast. I think we'll stop.
Yeah, I think we should just rather than putting a stop on the world, I think we should just turn around. And I think really, honestly, one day the government should have an international internet day off.
Yes.
Sit there and just go click and say, read a book. Yeah. Play with your kids. Go to dinner, have a conversation.
Yeah. No. You know what? I said this to my kids.
And pay everything with that day with cash. Give them 2 weeks warning. This day, banks will close. There will be no machinery. There'll be nothing. You will have to physically go into a bank to withdraw money with ID on that day. Yeah. International Internet Off Day.
Yeah.
If you made me Prime Minister, we have that every month.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember back in the day, they used to turn the TV off, didn't they? Like the channels at about 12 o'clock at night. And that girl was there with the little teddy bear.
And you'd sometimes think, I'm gonna beat the TV, so I'm gonna sit there and watch that girl. And I watched it one day for 3 hours. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. I thought it might, they might put something on after just until we get bored. But they never put nothing on.
No, she was just
she was there mentally.
They should do that. They should have like an amnesty of internet where it stops.
Yes,
but
honestly, it should be a day. It should be called Internet Day Off. Everything, Wi-Fi, your social media. Nobody can access nothing. Want to do something? Pick up the phone. Hello, mate.
All right.
How you doing? Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
What are you ringing me for?
Well, there's no internet.
I've rang a few
no service, you're not getting through.
I've rang a few people once in a while, right? And sometimes they're a bit like, well, why are you ringing me? Just what, they're always ready for a message. They want a WhatsApp message, and they get a bit freaked out when you ring them up. They're like, all right, what's up? You think, all right.
This is the word keyboard warrior. Yeah, keyboard warrior. You get me?
But if they did have an internet free day, how are they going to share the hashtag on Twitter and on Facebook?
Day before, the hashtag is, these beeps, beep, 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 are turning off the internet. Yeah. And then there'll be people like me and you. Yeah.
But there were people out there that are so obsessed with the internet and being on social media. I think that's, for some people, that's their life. Because I've seen...
That's what you can determine, isn't it?
Yeah, because I've seen people on there that are literally on there all day talking about shit on Twitter. And I was thinking, you must have other things. You must eat. You must have a point where you have to put the phone down and actually eat stuff. Or, I don't know.
They need to eat because they have to take a picture of the food before they eat it to then post it.
Because they're having a shit with their phone in their hand, right? So they must have breaks.
Yeah.
They must have breaks. And a lot of
people take their phones to the toilets.
Yeah, they do. They do, and we are addicted to telephones, and
there's this new technology of touchscreen. We are the whole world. That is the drug that the government needs to control. Allow all the other drugs, mate. You have rehab centers for everything. Where's the rehab center going for digital?
Yeah,
where's the rehab center for digital?
There is rehab for internet. There is.
Listen, please.
I'm serious, man. There is, there's a internet addiction for people that
what's it called? Internet Anonymous.
there is. I don't know if there's like a support group like that, but there is where people.
If there isn't, shall we search and shall we open a Satman and Don D Marley Internet Anonymous group?
Yeah. We'll share their meeting details online.
Yes, please stay tuned for all of you retweeters and hashtaggers that go crazy and live on social media. Sat said, I don't know, man, really how you do it. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You have to eat. You have to do things as a human being.
As normal human beings, because you know what, Don, that's why I like this show, because me and you, this is what old people used to do back in the old days, talk to each other about stuff, right, and just have a laugh about things.
I mean, this thing that we're doing right now, this video calling thing, is next level. Yeah,
it's kind of weird, right? It is.
And I'd be coming to a studio and I'd be sitting on the other side of the room and then, what's up, Bajan? But yeah, should we go? No, well, why don't you come? Interviews at 4. Why don't you come at 3? We'll go to a pub, we'll get a galassi, and then we'll start.
Yeah.
Galassi's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is an odd one, but I suppose this is the best we've got. I mean, I suppose we could do it. You're all the way down south. I'm actually in Yorkshire. I don't know if you know. I'm in Yorkshire, right? So I'm super far north from you. So
we're my family and friends all up Manchester and those ends. I've got loads of friends up there in Bolton and Manchester and Oldham and Rochdale.
We'll have to meet up in real life one day.
I think we have to, yeah. When we're allowed to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or members of the world of COVID leaders.
Yeah.
Meet.
I mean, like, we're talking about social media. Obviously, there is positives in it as well. I mean, because there are people on there that are sharing a positive message, and you are as well. I mean, when you're in the gym, you've got this positive vibe about you. You know, it's like, work hard, do this. Don't worry about negativity. Don't worry about what that person's doing. You do your thing. So there is ways of using it for a purpose.
Sorry, I lost you there for a bit. I don't know what happened. It went all a bit funny.
Did you? Yeah. Did I freeze a bit then?
You did,
yeah. Yeah.
The cows in South Yorkshire eating the cables.
Yeah. I said something really, really profound then, and you missed it.
Oh man, it sounded really important as well. That's why
it wasn't. But you can use it for positives and also for music, right? For yourself, like you said, you're going to release a single a month. And you can release it on your own. I know you work with Rishi very closely, but you kind of can do it yourself as well, can't you? As in the sense of release it, publish it.
Yeah, that's what I've done with this new Garba rhythm. It's on Don D Marley Entertainment at the moment. It's on my own record company and everything that I do. I just do it all for myself, and we have all these new digital platforms that we can use, and you sign up, and it's really good. It's the positivities of actually releasing music. Where back in the days I would have struggled. I would have to go on and meet somebody, meet a distribution, meet a label, meet that, meet this, meet that, da, 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 da. So in that sense, I love the digital side of that kind of stuff, where it's where this digital stuff is used as a tool, used as a marketing tool, or used as a tool for music or video editing and kind of thing. I think, where Apple and PCs and what they're making all these kind of special cards and to do this kind of editing and rendering systems that they've got, I think absolutely outstanding. No question about it. I'm just thinking that, we can have all of that without the social media stuff, but we don't need to be posting on such. We don't need so many platforms of it. I mean, had the government known it's going to go so big, they could have maybe put a stop it and says that, what, we don't really need, 500 different social handles for people to be joining. I know there's loads of people, but just try and get them consolidated into 2 or 3. And then maybe COVID could have been controlled a bit more easier, because then they would have everything in these 4 platforms. But when you've got like 500 different social media platforms running around doing all nuts and this and the other, then how do you collate that information ever? And you can't, because everything's on data GDPR protection and this protection. You can't do this, you can't do that, and you can't do that. And it's just, what, mate, just tell you what, wake up, drink some chai, watch some news, have a sandwich, and go sleep.
Yes. Wise words. Have a sandwich and go sleep.
That's it.
But I don't think anyone knew what the monsters they created with Facebook. And I think when they started, it was innocent. I think it was
very innocent,
and
then you realize when it wasn't innocent, when you realize that your mum's friends and them people and the kakas, kakis, daddies, dadas then started sending you friend requests, and you're like, hold on, guys, man, we must be careful what we're doing on social media. Why, man? Because these people are on there.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know, and then my mum found out about a few things that I do that I'm not meant to do, that, you know, I don't really discuss, because obviously Rascalism, I do some kind of things and that. And she's like, oh my God, when she found out, oh mate, it was the best Indian conversation I've had with my mum in years and years, mate. I mean, if I could record that and put that up in, that is 10 million views, mate. That is 10 million views, man. Straight up.
Legit views. Yeah, legit views, yeah.
Legit 10 would have been like, wow, your mum said, oh man, it was lit. I was lit that day. I had to phone my friends up, and I had to phone my Rasta friends up and say, listen, brethren. So my mum told me, he goes, nah, what? Right. Yeah, it was big. It was good fun though, anyway. But yeah, she's cool now. She don't really care now. Now I'm way past all that now. I'm too old.
Yeah, she get up.
Yeah. She tells me now, but I don't really. Yeah.
Look, for yourself then, you kind of mentioned you want to release monthly. I mean, say 2020 is a wash, right? It's gone. So you got Gadaba Rhythm out now.
Gadaba Rhythm out now. It was a track for Navratri. I knew the time span of the track would be for the 10 days that was out there, but really Diwali's come in. And I know people like dancing, and especially the Gujaratis, they don't really have much music to dance to. So this is something for real Gujaratis that love doing a bit of a dance and doing Northa, Navratri, and any occasion, weddings, this, that, the other. It's a track for all time. I just released it in Navratri because I found it appropriate at that time to release a Navratri song for Navratri. So that's why I released it in Navratri. But the song itself can be played anytime. It's a listening song. It's a catchy tune, and you know, I really was kind of over impressed with myself on that track, to be fair.
Why not? Yeah, you can be impressed by yourself.
Yeah, so I was, honestly, I sat there when I finished recording, I went, yeah, man, that man sound good. I don't really say that about my sound so much, but that one I actually felt really passionate about it. And obviously when I played with my family, like my brothers and then look, my older brother was shocked, like, oh, you play me bare music, but this is wow. And then, what? No, you don't really say that. I mean, I really don't get that much kind of views from my family. Like, yeah, I made this track. Fine chair. Very nice. Okay, well done. Okay, yeah, sweet.
Have a sandwich. You know? Go to sleep.
Yeah, have a sandwich. Cheese sandwich as well. And it could be good, right? You know, no meat in the house, no eggs, no fish, no nothing. Bro. Straight, just cheese. That's what we grew up with. You know, just imagine me going to school every day, and for 8 years, from primary school to high school, all I had was cheese. Yeah, my friends used to feel sorry for me, all of them. They have to do swapsies, isn't it? Do you mind if I have your ham and mustard sandwich? What you got? And they thought cheese was gold. It goes, wow, you got cheese? I went, why? I get cheese, come to my yard, I got cheese coming out with me everywhere. Yeah, I've got a cow, my mum does it and makes the cheese at home, bro. Because we eat so much, because that's all I'm allowed to eat. They were like, wow, no eggs, no fish, no nothing. Real Gujarati house, man, we ain't getting nothing in it.
Wow. That story is going to be the promo for the show. Cheese sandwich. And so look, Don, we're coming towards the end. You know what? I've had a great laugh talking to you. It's been
a pleasure, man. Honestly, it's real good.
Yeah.
Talking to people that on the same wavelength, having this interview with you was great. To all your listeners and to all the fans of Don D Marley, Rishi Rich, and my camp, I'd just like to, from the bottom of my heart, from all of us, honestly, without any of our fans that listen to our music or even purchase it or give us likes or subscribe to our YouTube channels or anything that you do, just let me tell you that without you guys, there would be no art and artists and music. So my fans, I love you greatly, and I wish you all the best for 2020. Stay safe and don't watch this, man. 2021 is going to be a great year.
Well, that's fantastic. I think it's a fantastic message to sign off. Don D Marley, you've been a real pleasure, mate. You've really cheered me up this evening, and
yourself, man.
Yeah, you take care, and we'll speak soon.
Listen, man, you got the contact and digits. Let's link up on a non-Zoom call, innit?
Yeah. We'll go for a cheese sandwich.
Of course, yeah. Anytime, man. You're welcome. You always get one at Gujarati house, man. Guaranteed.
Take care.
Take care, man. Blessing, man.